Shalom, shalom. Here we go again. Here we go. Welcome to Mother Africa Be Calling. I'm your brother, Besalel Yehuda Israel, also known as Eric. So look, I ran across this right here, this right here, another incident where a white man is snuffing the life out of a black man, aka African American, aka Hebrew Israelite. This right here, this source is called SK Pop, and they have a video on this media source. It was written by Nashri Madapa, and November 22nd, 2022. So anyway, it says video of a brawl goes viral online as Kansas City woman receives no charge for fatal shooting of firefighter. So basically, if you haven't seen this and you're not familiar with it, I'll give you a quick rundown. The quick rundown is that this man right here, he's an off-duty firefighter. He goes into this store, like a convenience store, something like that. The African American young man is in the store. According to sources, that the African American man verbally insulted the person or woman who worked at the store or someone who worked at the store. Verbally insult. So this guy, he's an off-duty firefighter, since they want to report it as that to make him look good. They always got to do that. You know, he's a off-duty firefighter, so that automatically puts him in a hero position and not a person that's basically in the process of causing someone's death. Anyway, this guy right here. So he goes in. He takes on the cape, and he becomes a hero over a verbal insult. Now, if it was physical, he still should have called the police. Maybe intervened, broke it up if he could. But we talking about a verbal insult. And he comes to the rescue and fights this guy. Fight break out. He ends up choking the young man. And he's much bigger. You can clearly see in the video that he's a thick man. And he's much bigger than this small African American guy. He looks very small and, just a real tiny guy. I saw it like on one of the video clips. I saw his legs, and I saw how small his legs were. But you can see this guy's bigger guy, much heavier. So the African American old black man, aka Hebrew Israelite, he looked like he had no chance. But he, in the video, he was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Basically, he wanted the guy to stop. He was no threat to him at the point of the video. From what we could see, he was just basically trying to survive. So the girlfriend of the African American, she's an African American woman. She is begging the guy, "I got a baby in the car. Get off of him. Get off of him." She's even screaming, "You're killing him. You're killing him," because he ended up going for that chokehold. You see, he that's what. Listen, the chokehold takes the breath out of a person. Is only one reason why you want to put him in the chokehold. Take the breath out of him, and ultimately that will kill the person. So anyway, he puts him in this chokehold, and the young African American was tapping the ground because his breath was leaving him. And this woman is hitting the guy in his head and everything. He's like a pit bull locked on and wouldn't let go, And she's hitting him in his head, screaming and begging. You know, she just didn't want to see, of course, watch her boyfriend be put to death. So, you know, the consequence of him not letting go is she ultimately shot him and he died. So the bottom line is let's look at the video. Let's look at the video. Let's see. Here it is right here.
Cell phone video captured some of that fight between 41-year-old Anthony Santee and 23-year-old Javon Taylor. Witnesses tell KMBC the fight may have lasted as long as 10 minutes. Javon Taylor's girlfriend pulled out a gun and ultimately killed Anthony Santee.
Anthony Santee was an off-duty firefighter when he was here inside of Liquorland at 40 Highway in Sterling and Independence. That was about 2 Thursdays ago. Witnesses tell us that a man inside of the Liquorland was insulting a woman there, and Santee stood up for her, and then a fist fight started.
Cell phone video captured some of that fight between 41-year-old Anthony Santee and 23-year-old Javon Taylor. Witnesses tell KMBC the fight may have lasted as long as 10 minutes.
There's the chokehold right there.
Javon
Man, look,
Taylor's
he's tapping the ground because he can't breathe.
Killed Anthony Santee.
Now, this afternoon, Jackson County Prosecutor's Office made an announcement. I'm going to read directly from it. We grieve with the family and community over this tragic loss of life of Mr. Santee. Missouri law governs this case, specifically self-defense and defense of others, leading us to decline charges after a careful review. Anthony Santee, as I mentioned, was a firefighter. He lived in the Northland. He had a daughter, and he was buried last week. Live in Independence, Rebecca Gannon, KMBC 9 News.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. So you saw the video, and, you know, it was just nothing that the young lady could do other than what she did. Had she not had that gun, then her boyfriend would have been dead, and we know what the story would have been. He's an off-duty firefighter, and he's a hero, and, you know, prosecutors, as they do, see no reason to charge, and had they charged him because of pressure, they would have charged him with a involuntary manslaughter, and you know, he probably got probation or something like that. So this is what they do. This is what they do. And so this channel is Mother Africa Be Calling, as you know. And see, this is why I say Mother Africa Be Calling. It's calling her children back home, calling us back home. This has been going on since our ancestors were brought here, right? They've been killing us since they took our ancestors off the shore. There's a seed. Satan has a seed in the earth. They hate us. And so we're at a time now where we got to stop trying to cry out and march for equal rights. Equal rights with a devil? How can you? It's a spiritual thing. It's not going to change, okay? From Emmett Till to Trayvon Martin to Sandra Bland to Tamir Rice to George Floyd to you name them. It's just on and on and on. Even some personal ones I know that I grew up with, right? Ernie Oliver, okay, shot by police, you know, and killed as he was, you know, running away from them. No harm, no threat when you're running away. Shot and killed, and no charges on the officer. It was just wiped away. You know, our blood. They love to shed our blood, right. And see, the spiritual side of it is that, be it that we're the children of Israel, and we, as a people, a lot of us don't know it. Some of us know it. We are the tribe of Judah. Judah was scattered to the four quarters of the earth. We were scattered in the slave trade. The Bible says that we will be that He will gather us from all the places from where we were scattered. Talks about us going back into Egypt in ships, going back into bondage in ships. Egypt is the house of bondage in the Bible. You can look it up. Okay, so going back, this is the spiritual Egypt. This is the bondage for us, right? And so we came here in ships, right? And so we will never, ever, ever be restored in this land right here and be free to live our lives without being in danger, right? Because the enemy, first of all, is dominant here, right? So we are a small group here in comparison to them. They run the courts. They run all the politics. They run everything. So to get a prosecution is like pulling teeth from a bear. When it comes to killing one of us, you can't get them to it's hard to get them to prosecute. They run everything. They in everywhere. And so not every single white person or European is about killing or bringing harm to us. And so I'm smart enough not to say that, but it's a majority of them that are hateful in their hearts. So we are living among our adversaries. It's been that way from the beginning, and no one can argue that, because all you have to do is just look at the history and look at the results. Okay? Blowing up churches and killing little girls, you name it, killing children. This is what they have been doing to us. So that's why I say it's time for us to leave. It's time. If you can and you have the means, go back to the motherland from where you were stolen. Our ancestors stole. This is not our home anyway. We're not supposed to be comfortable here, right? It was a punishment. And first and foremost, we have to repent with our whole heart and separate from them with respect to ideas and the things that we have been taught by them. We have to separate, especially spiritual. Look, we're the children of Israel, and we calling on their God. Their God, the one that they taught us during the time of chattel slavery. Their God, Jesus Christ. They took our ancestors off the shores of Ghana, right? And they had church above the dungeons that they had our ancestors in, and they were having church, praying, and giving what? And giving homage to their God, Jesus Christ. Now, while our ancestors were in dungeons, being raped, all kinds of diseases breaking out for months at a time in darkness, in chains, and they were above them having church. And when our ancestors were taken out to the ships, they introduced them to Jesus. So now we're now still sleeping that was beaten into us. And so we were allowed to have church and pray to Jesus by our enemies. Now they hate us and they allow us to pray to their Jesus. What to tell you right there. So I'm saying this. I'm saying this. We got to wake up as a people. And we got to just forget, stop marching, stop crying for equal rights, stop saying we're going to vote and we're going to get it. We've done all this over and over and over again. Now it's at the point of stupidity. It's not changing. It hasn't changed in hundreds of years. So why are we, as a matter of fact, I'm at the point now, why would I want to have equality with the devil? Why would I want to? No, I want to separate from you, and I want you to be punished. I want to be safe from you. And so we, as the children of Israel, the word of Yah speaks to us. It says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself above the knowledge of Yah. See, that's for us. They got the carnal weapons. We can't do nothing with them. They are the best at making weapons. It says that our weapons are not carnal. They are not fleshly weapons, right? Ours is spiritual in prayer. So we have to pray, but we have to be righteous and walk upright before Yah, so then he can intervene. But if we are walking wicked, Yah does not intervene. Why? Because as a matter of fact, he'll let the enemy whip up on you, because he's trying to turn us back to him with our whole heart, right? So, but what Yah does is he uses the enemy to spank us, but he always get them in the end. And those who die and go into their graves and they didn't suffer for the destruction of Yah's people, because we are Yah's people, he gonna raise them up at the trumpet blast. When that trumpet blast, it says dead shall rise. He gonna get them up out them graves. Some of them think they got away because they were cremated and all that. Yah spoke the world into existence. He spoke the sun, the moon, everything, every creeping thing that walked the face of the earth. He spoke and everything came into existence, right? So now, if he can speak and make things come into existence, you could be a pile of ashes all you want, scattered over the sea. What he's going to do is he's going to bring you back. Them ashes, he going to bring them back to a being. And then you're going to see the lake of fire for eternity, and cry out for death, because you will say, well, please, let us have death. Death is fair. But you will not be able to obtain death. All those people who did what they did to his people, his chosen people, this is what's going to happen to them. But nevertheless, I'm going to stop right there. Mother Africa be calling. It's time for us to go home. You got the means, get out of here. If you don't have the means, pray for the means. It's time to get away from all this madness. Shalom.
Hey again, I had to cut the video off the last time because I was going through their immigration. Zanzibar has its own separate immigration, so I had to cut the video off and I'll start over again. Yeah, so anyway, we're on our way to catch our ride to the hotel. Yes, sir.
You have the energy to go also for site visit today, right?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeshua, blessed be the rock, blessed be the rock of my salvation. Yeshua, blessed be the rock, blessed be the rock of my salvation.